Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining our presentation for the Net 313 final project. My name is Kian Wesley A. Saldi, and with me are my group mates, Marcellus A. Baga and Angelo S. Salazar. Over the past few weeks, we've taken on the challenge of building a network from scratch. Our project isn't about just connecting devices, but it's about creating a lifeline for a business. We aim to design a network that is resilient, efficient, and secure enough to support a real-world logistics company operating across Metro Manila. Today, we'll walk you through our entire journey from understanding the business problem to designing the solution to hands-on configuration and finally to rigorously testing it under pressure. To make our presentation clear, we've structured it into four main parts. First, Mac will introduce you to our client, Metrobound Express, and break down the specific business challenges we had to solve. Next, he'll show you the high-level network blueprint we created. Then Angela will take over and dive into the technical heart of the project. He'll briefly explain our critical decision and walk you through our actual configuration process on our routers and switches. And finally, I'll come back to present the most crucial phase, which is testing. I'll show you how we validated every core function of our network and provide failures and heavy traffic testing.
Metrobound Express is a growing logistic company operating across Metro Manila. Their workflow depends on three key sites. The HQ in Pasay hosts the tracking servers, administrative system, and CODs or COP transaction processing. This is a company's central control point. The Cubao branch is the custom-facing site where clients book shipments, pay, and track parcels, so consistent and fast connectivity is critical. The Valenzuela hub handles the warehouse operations, parcel sorting, scanning, and dispatch. It must send a real-time updates to HQ for accurate parcel tracking. These daily operational demands guided how we designed the network. We didn't just guess what they needed. We worked directly from their specific business networking requirements. Let me show you how we translated each one. Number 1. Reliable branch to HQ communication. We deployed dedicated serials, WAN links, and EIGRP for stable and intelligent routing. Number 2. High quality local connectivity. We implemented switches LANs each site to ensure fast, reliable access for all devices. Number 3. Centralized IP management. We places the HCP on the HQ router with IP helper on branch router so all devices receive their configurations from Pasay. Number 4. Adaptive routing. We configure EIGRP for fast convergence and optimal path selection, which supports the real-time tracking system. Number 5. Expandable IP scheme. Using VLSM, we assign subnet size to each location. Slash 24 for HQ, slash 25 for Valenzuela, and slash 26 for Cubao. And number 6. Security for operational data. We enforce subnet segmentation, encrypted router passwords, and secure all access points to protect COD transaction in internal systems. In short, every technical choices we made from protocols to subnet sizes was a direct answer to one of these business needs. These alignments ensure our network design truly solves Metrobound challenges. Based on the requirements, we designed a hub and spoke topology with the HQ in Pasay as the central hub. Each branch, Cubao and Valenzuela, connects to HQ through dedicated point-to-point serial WAN links for full control and stable routing. Within each site, a Cisco switch forms the local LAN connecting all the end devices such as stop, desktop, scanners, printers, and the Cubao points of sale system. HQ hosts the main server and network printers. Each location uses its own IP subnet assigned through VLSM. a /24 at HQ, /25 at Valenzuela, and /26 at Cubao. This ensures efficient address usage and logical separation across the network. This blueprint served as our foundation before we began the configuration.
Next, once we had the physical blueprint, we made two core design decisions for network intelligence. First, for IP address management, we chose a centralized DHCP server at the headquarters. This simplifies administration massively. To make it work for the branches, we use the IP helper feature on the routers to forward requests to HQ. Second, for dynamic routing, we implemented EIGRP. Our paper details that we choose it specifically for its fast convergence during link failures, its low bandwidth usage on our serial links, and its easy scalability if Metrobound adds more branches. These two decisions form the logical backbone of our network. We began with the addressing scheme, with which is the map of our network. The HQ in Pasay uses the 192.168.0.0/24 network, with its router's LAN interface at 192.168.0.1. Valenzuela uses 192.168.1.0/25, gateway 192.168.1.1. Cubao uses 192.168.2.0/26, gateway 192.168.2.1. For the WAN links, we use small /30 subnets from the 10.0.0.0 network. The link between HQ and Cubao uses 10.0.0.1 on the HQ side and 10.0.0.2 on the Cubao side. The link to Valenzuela uses 10.0.0.5 on HQ and 10.0.0.6 on Valenzuela. In Packet Tracer, we first place all devices, the Cisco 2911 routers, 2960 switches, and all end devices like PCs, servers, and scanners as specified in our paper. Next, we configure the interfaces on each router. We set the hostname and assigned IPs for the HQ router. We gave its gigabit Ethernet 0/0 port, the address 192.168.0.1 for the LAN, its serial 0/0/0/0 port got 10.0.0.1 for the link to Cubao, and serial 0/0/1 got 10.0.0.5 for Valenzuela. We repeated this for Valenzuela router LAN 192.168.1.1 with one with WAN 10.0.0.6 and Cubao router LAN 192.168.2.1 with the 10.0.0.2. Then we configured the switches while we use the default VLAN. One for management, we gave each switch an IP address on its local network for remote access. For example, the HQ switch got the IP 192.168.0.2. The Valenzuela switch got 192.168.1.2, and the Cubao switch got 192.168.2.2. This completes the basic connectivity layer. Now for the intelligence, centralized DHCP on the HQ router. We created three DHCP pools. The HQ pool for the 192.168.0.0/24 network, the val pool for 192.168.1.0/25, and the cab pool for 192.168.2.0/26. Each pool was configured with the correct default gateway and a DNS server. To make this work for the branches, we configured the HCP relay on the Gigabit Ethernet 0/0 interface of both the Valenzuela router and Cubao router. we added the command IP helper address 192.168.0.1. This points all the HCP broadcasts to the HQ server. So a PC in Valenzuela gets an IP from the Valenzuela pool, but the configuration comes directly from Pasay. With the dressing done, we needed dynamic routing. We enabled EIGRP on all routers. The key was the network statements on HQ. We advertised its LAN 192.168.0.0 and both one links 10.0.0.0 and 10.0.0.4. Valenzuela advertised its LAN and its one link, and Cubao advertised its LAN and its one link. This allowed all routers to learn all networks. Finally, security, we secured access to every router with three passwords: a console password for physical access, VTY passwords for remote access, and an encrypted enable secret password and privilege mode. We then issued the service password encryption command to protect them. We also assigned static IPs to critical servers and printers to prevent any addressing issues. After completing this configuration phases, we brought the entire network online. The routers form EIGP neighbor relationships over the serial links. Devices in the branches successfully receive IP configurations from the central HQ server. The result is this fully functional, secure, and intelligent one. Ready for the Metrobound's operations, our implementation was now complete. The final and most critical phase was to test everything we built under various conditions, which Kian will now demonstrate.
So I'll now present part 4, Advanced Testing and Analysis, where we validated our network resilience, automation, and performance under real-world conditions. We conducted 4 key tests, as shown in the screen, simulated device failures to verify redundancy, validated DHCP functionality across all locations, tested the EIGRP convergence and failover effectiveness, and analyzed network performance under different traffic loads. Let's begin with redundancy testing. So first, we tested redundancy by simulating a Valenzuela branch failure. Looking at the routing table here, you can see that Valenzuela subnet 192.168.1.0/25 is completely gone. Only the Cubao route remains. What this shows is that the EIGRP is actively monitoring the network, and when a failure occurs, it immediately removes the invalid route without any manual intervention. We then repeated the test with the Cubao branch, and you can see the exact same behavior here. The route to 192.168.2.0/26 disappears, while Valenzuela route stays intact. What this tells us is that EIGRP handles failures consistently across all branches, whether it's a device or a link failure. This consistency is key for maintaining network stability and predictability. Next, we have EIGRP neighbor verification. To confirm these failures were just routing table updates, we check the EIGRP neighbor table. After Valenzuela went down, only Cubao remained as a neighbor. After Cubao went down, only Valenzuela remained. This shows EIGRP isn't just updating routes, it's actively tracking neighbor relationship in real time, which is essential for a dynamic redundancy. Finally, we reconnected both branches to verify restoration. The routing table is now fully restored. Both Valenzuela and Cubao routes are back, and EIGRP neighbors are re-established. Now let's validate DHCP functionality across all locations. On the HQ router, we run show IEP DHCP binding, as you can see on the screen, and 16 active leases are spread across 3 subnets: HQ, Valenzuela, and Cubao. Each PC is correctly assigned with an IP from its own subnet. This tells us that DHCP scopes are correctly configured and segregated, which is essential for network management and security. So to test DHCP reliability, we performed release and renew tests on a PC from each branch. First, we released the IP, as you can see from the screen, where all fields go to 0.0.0. Then, when we renewed, our test PC, HQPC3, got 192.168.0.22. Valenzuela PC3 got 192.168.1.22. And Cubao laptop got 192.168.2.24. Each one received correct gateway and DNS. What this proves is that DHCP is not just static, but it's dynamic and responsive, reassigning addresses accurately even after disconnection. Next, we then simulated a failover by disconnecting Valenzuela. When we filtered for EIGRP routes, only the Cubao subnet remained. This proved that EIGRP immediately removed the failed route, preventing any black hole traffic and ensuring continuous connectivity to the remaining branch. We repeated the test for Cubao with the same result. When Cubao was disconnected, only Valenzuela route remained. This is consistency because both branches confirmed that EIGRP's failover mechanism is reliable and symmetrical. Finally, we reconnected both branches. The EIGRP topology table was fully restored, showing all groups as passive again. This fast reconvergence under 30 seconds demonstrates EIGRP's ability to automatically recover without manual intervention. Now, let's analyze network performance under different traffic loads. We started with low traffic, a single ping from HQPC1 to Valenzuela PC1. As you can see, average latency was 10 ms with 0% packet loss. This confirms that under minimal load, our network performs optimally and reliably. Although to better view our testing for traffics, we have provided screen recordings along with this YouTube video, which you can view from Google Classroom. So for our medium traffic tests, we increased to medium traffic by pinging simultaneously from HQPC1 to Valenzuela and then from Cubao PC1 to HQ. Both streams showed consistent 10 ms latency and 0% loss. This tells us that even with multiple concurrent flows, EIGRP and our link bandwidth handled the load without degradation. We then simulated heavy traffic with multiple PCs pinging across all branches simultaneously. So here's the result across all tests. Even under this cross-traffic load, packet loss remained 0%, and latency stayed consistently low. The slight increase in Cubao to Valenzuela and Valenzuela to Cubao latency is expected as inter-branch traffic routes through the HQ router itself. This confirms that all three branches maintain stable performance even under heavy or real-world traffic stress. Lastly, the trace route path analysis. For the first test, HQ to Valenzuela, we ran a trace route from HQ to Valenzuela branch using the command tracert 192.168.1.21. The result shows a 3-hop path. The final hop shows a maximum round trip time of 22 milliseconds. This indicates that HQ can reach Valenzuela directly through the designated one link without unnecessary detours. The hop count and latency are both normal and consistent with an optimized hub connection. The second one is HU to Cubao using Tracert 192.168.2.21. It shows a clean 3-hop path. The final hop returns in 1 millisecond, indicating extremely low latency. This proves HQ routing to Cubao is direct and efficient, and that the intersite link is functioning properly again. For the third test, Cubao to Valenzuela, we traced the route to Valenzuela using Tracert 192.168.1.21. This time, the path consists of 4 hops. Total round time trip for the destination is around 24 milliseconds, The additional hop compared to the HQ test is expected because Cubao does not connect to Valenzuela directly. Instead, it flows through the HQ router, confirming that our design follows a hub-spoke topology. Cubao forwards traffic to HQ, and HQ then forwards it towards Valenzuela. In short, we have successfully designed, implemented, and rigorously tested a fully functional multi-branch enterprise network. We configured dynamic routing with EIGRP for automatic failover, implemented DHCP for seamless client addressing, and validated performance under various traffic loads, all with zero packet loss and latency. This project demonstrates a scalable, resilient, and production-ready network that meets modern enterprise standards for reliability, automation, and performance. Thank you.